here, Dog Pound 24/7. Okay, this is gonna be my first video. This video is gonna be on 3 things you should avoid in prison if you want to have a smooth bid. Okay, this isn't my first video on YouTube on this channel. I have a ton of other videos, usually talking Browns football. I'm going a little different direction. I've seen other guys doing it. I think it'll be good for me, and I hope I can help others with some advice when you are in prison or going to prison or whatnot. Reason why I said in prison is because I know you all got them cell phones in there. Alright. Anyway. Long story short, I'll have another video of why I went to prison and everything else and what happened. But I did a 6-year prison bid in the New York State Department of Corrections. I got 6 years for burglary second and grand larceny firearms, and 6 years, 5 post release. Long story short, I am very successful today. I've been off parole now 3 years. I have a great job. I've had a great job for the last several years. I have a new car, new truck. I got the family thing going. I'm engaged, and I'm living good. And I just want to let y'all know, if you guys are heading up top, that there is light at the end of the tunnel, and do not feel helpless and like the shit will never end, because it does. Alright? And for those less fortunate that are looking at a shit ton of time, I feel for you. Keep your head up. But anyway, this video is 3 things you should avoid in prison if you want a smooth bid. Okay. My top 3 things are: 1, the first one is gambling. Okay, gambling can cause you a lot of problems in the New York State prison system. Okay, for a lot of different things. Okay, I gambled. Okay, and I had one. I love playing poker. That's my thing. That was my rec. I love poker, and I'm very damn good at it. All right, but I had one situation, one occurrence in my 5 years, 2 months that I did in prison. That was the only issue I ever had, and that's a whole nother story. Okay, but the reason why gambling is a problem, or can turn into a problem, for a few different reasons. Okay, gambling, you can gamble on anything upstate. You can play football parlays, football tickets, which I did that when I was in Franklin. I ran the annex. I had pick 4s. I had the regular parlays. I had the spread parlay. I did it all. I was hustling. Okay, and that was my thing. That was my rec. Okay, but anyway, gambling can turn into an issue for a lot of reasons. Gambling, okay, say you're at a poker table and you're gambling with, I don't know, 4 or 5 dudes. You guys are playing poker, and there's a couple guys you don't even know at the table, okay? Don't know them from Adam. Alright? You're doing really well in poker, right? Night's coming to an end, you're up, you know, and okay, you're ready to cash out. Everybody's ready to divvy up and see what's going on. Alright? So say, you know, this guy, he's broker than a hooker on Lyle Avenue. Alright? You don't have nothing and he owes you. Alright? That turns into a problem. That's a problem for a couple different reasons. Alright? What are you gonna do if another man owes you something? Alright? He says you're dead on that. He ain't paying you shit, or he's just gonna give you the runaround. What are you gonna do? Alright? That turns into a problem for a couple different reasons. Alright? One, you can handle it by saying, if he says you're dead on your shit and he ain't giving you your shit, you can handle that a few different ways. A, you can take him to the shower to tell him, listen, we're going to throw hands. I'm going to get mine one way or another. Alright? Or plan B, you can bitch up, which I don't advise you to do, and eat it and not get nothing. Okay, the reason why that turns into a problem right there is because what happens is that's going to get around the dorm, the block, the pod, whatever you're in, whatever setting you're in, that's going to get around the compound that he got over on you, he deaded you, and you didn't do nothing about it. So you know what that does? It opens up a door. That opens up a door for other inmates to come in and feast on you, because they know you're soft and you ain't going to do shit. They're going to either take your shit, they're going to extort the shit out of you, they're going to tell you that you have to pay rent to live there, or they're going to friendly extort you. What I mean by friendly extortion is I've seen it a lot. I've never had it even attempt to happen to me, but I've seen it a lot with these dudes upstate. They'll act like they're your brother to live off of you, to feast off of you. That's friendly extortion. Alright? But yeah, what it is if that ever happens, say you get yourself involved in some poker, alright, and that does happen, I advise you that you take them to the shower and solve it that way and put hands on them. I know it sounds fucked up, excuse my language, but guess what? You have to do it. Even if you're soft, man, you're going to live to see another day, alright? Hopefully. I mean, shit can get turned upside down in prison, alright? People have lost their lives in prison. Yes, they have bangers up there, alright? They have some swords up there, alright? But listen, you got to go to the shower. I advise you that you're going to throw some hands, because that shows everybody that you ain't going to put up with this shit, and they're not going to try you. If they see that you're going to go to the shower and throw hands, they're going to respect that more. Win or lose, they're going to respect you more. All right? That's going to show some respect right there. All right? That's what I advise you to do. All right? I've seen guys a million times, man, and it's crazy. They'll just eat it, and then I watch these guys get extorted and taken advantage of, and that's not the way you want to bid. Not at all. Alright, because you look like a clown. Alright, so that's one. That turns into issues. I mean, it can turn into a lot of issues. Okay, I mean, it's gambling, but here's my thing. I had one incident when I gambled, something similar to that situation. A blood kid did not want to pay me what he owed me. Alright, he owed me like 40 flags, which flags are stamps in prison. Stamps, mailing stamps is like money upstate. He was a blood kid. He didn't want to pay me, so I had to go different routes. I had to get involved with the politics. I had to go out to the yard, find the head blood of the jail. I had to ask him permission. I told him what was up. He told me to handle my business, and I went and handled my business. We went through hands, and both of us got locked up, went to the box. But guess what? When I came out of the box, I never had a problem ever again, because I threw hands. Alright? So that's what you want to do, even if you don't want to or not. Alright? Second thing you want to avoid in prison at all costs, if I was you, is drugs. Drugs are another thing that will get you caught up. Drugs is not a good situation in prison. Alright? Same thing. There's a lot of guys that heroin's floating around up there. I've seen guys get drug habits up there, and they run up a debt that they cannot pay, and guess what? It's not pretty. People will kill you. They'll cut you over that. If you owe a drug debt and you don't want to pay, they'll cut you. They're getting theirs one way or another. Okay, if it's a beat down, a cutting, it is what it is. All right. So I advise you, if you cannot pay your drug debt, don't get involved in it. That's even for a sack of weed. All right. I mean, they sell quarters up there. A weed, a quarter in prison in New York State, a quarter in prison is about a chapstick cap full of weed, packed full of weed. That's about a quarter of weed in prison. Alright? And they sell them by the sticks. Wait till you go to prison, you see what a stick is. I thought that when I first bought my first stick, I didn't think I was going to get high. I was like, what is this? It was crumbs. But guess what? You'll get high, believe me. It's crazy. Yeah, they sell sticks up there for a brick, pack of smokes, whatever. Haven't been there in a while, but I did. I smoked my weed from time to time. It's what kept me sane. Alright? I didn't mess with nothing else. Besides a little pruno here and there, a little jailhouse hooch. Did that a time or two. But, yes, for the most part, you want to stay away from the drug shit. Alright? Number 3. The big thing you want to stay away from too, and it's very important, is who you associate with. Okay? When you see a guy come into the block, the dorm, the pod, the whatever it is, when you see a guy come in, don't just go right up to him, start kicking it to him, because you do not know why that man is in prison. Alright? Grab his numbers, grab his DIN number, call home, write home, whatever, look him up, see why he's in prison, or better yet, just ask him if he's got any paperwork. If he comes back with an answer like, I don't have any paperwork, you know he's in there for some fucked up shit. Okay, what I mean by that is, he's either a pedophile, child molester, rapo, so he's in there for some bullshit. You do not want to associate with those people. Those people will make you look bad, okay? They'll put a nice bullseye on your back and a bad, bad label. So, you want to make sure who you're kicking it with and what they're in there for. That's a huge thing. Who you associate with, all right? You got to remember, man, misery loves company in prison, believe me. But you want to be careful of that. Because when I first got upstate, I remember I've had guys come up to me, oh, what are you in for? You got paperwork? Let me see what you're here for. I had to show them my paperwork. Berg, second grand lasting firearms. All right? Very important. Don't lose your paperwork, because it's like your resume in prison. All right? That's exactly what it is. That's your resume. Very important. Always have your paperwork. All right? That's very, very, very important. All right? Like I said, if you think somebody's cool or whatever, grab his DIN number and his name. Call your people. When you're on the phone with them, tell them to go to New York State inmate lookup and punch in the guy's name and DIN or whatever, and it'll pop up and it'll tell you what he's in prison for and what he's charged with and how much time he's got. It tells everything, what county he's from in New York State, all that good shit. I advise you to do that, because you don't want to be hanging around with somebody with a fucked up case. Sorry, but that's how it is. Alright, with that being said, I'm going to close this video out. Those are the 3 things you want to avoid while you're in prison if you want a smooth bid. Alright, I'm going to close with that. For everybody, I hope you like this video. My next video is going to be about, I haven't decided yet. I might get a video up on here about transit in prison, how they transfer you places and how that is, the ride, all that good shit. It's a hell, believe me. I'm going to make a video about that. I got a ton of videos coming about the New York State prison system, about programs you can take, and you know what programs you're eligible for early release. And listen, I'm going to give you guys the most advice that I can. I'm not going to tell you something that I don't know or tell you a line of bullshit, because I'm for all the inmates, man. I hope my videos can help you guys and comfort you, and you know, because I can imagine, I remember when I was out on bail, it felt like the world was on my shoulders, and it was just, yeah, it sucked. But there's light at the end of the tunnel, fellas. But again, my name is PJ. This is Dog Pound 24/7. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. I'll be uploading more videos real soon. Everybody have a good day. I'm out. Peace.